Hi, Internet. How are you?
Interwebs. Let's see here. I want to double check that. And I need to go to this address.
How was your day, Internet? Did you have a fantastic Halloween? I bet it was good. I'm happy for you.
It's the, what's today called? Dia de Muertes?
Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
Why Day of the Dead?
That's what today is. That's today's holiday.
You want to go ahead and change?
Is that like actually, or is this like figuratively, like meaning everybody just hung over and currently dying?
No, actually,
it's a holiday.
It's the like when you go to Mexico, like this is the Sugar Skull holiday and all that shenanigans. I don't mean shenanigans in a disrespectful way. I just kind of
things that are going on.
Is shenanigans actually a disrespectful term?
I think depends on the context you use it in.
Hey, Farva, what's that place you always want to go? Oh, you mean shenanigans?
Oh.
See, I've never thought of shenanigans as disrespectful. I always just think of shenanigans as shenanigans.
So yeah, Cody, go ahead and change sharks and things thing. Because otherwise I'd have to log in and I could do it, but
I have to log in as well because I'm not currently logging, but I'm logging in right now.
Okay, good.
Log it in.
When I launch something turns off my Windows search, and it is getting very annoying.
Do you have indexing on?
So I think it's whenever I turn on XSplit.
That's weird. What do you use for your search? What hotkeys?
Windows E, or just Windows and then start typing.
Have you tried Windows and W? It does Windows and it makes everything work. It's Windows W.
Windows Win?
No, I don't like Windows W. I don't like that at all.
What is Windows works?
You guys are making me forget my master password right now, okay?
You have a master pass?
There we go. So I tried putting KeyPass into Firefox. That was a terrible experience.
My solution, don't. Nobody likes my ideas.
I use KeyPass as my password manager.
I use my head. I won't lie, I kind of secretly wish I could... Actually, it's not even secret anymore. I'd rather be playing Halo. Never thought I'd say that. I played Halo 4 for like good solid 2-3 days and then just stopped because it just felt bleh. Mostly bubble shields. Bubble shields were the worst introduction next to like a full stream jetpack. Hate that shit. So now there's just like a thruster.
Yeah, I have to get a new hard drive, or else I don't have room.
Yeah, I thankfully found my my old backup, so I have a 1 terabyte that I got hooked up to it.
Yeah, I hooked up my that 5 terabyte that I bought a while ago.
My next project, though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I am just gonna splurge and buy a server and see if I can do like a 12 to 24 terabyte raid. Because I just need storage. Cody's gone full mute. Oh god.
Sorry, I'm having a conversation with my lovely wife.
How dare you?
Who just walked by.
How's your brainwaves treating you, by the way?
They're good. I'm still trying to get used to them. The over the ear thing is also a little weird.
See, I've just stopped using that altogether and wearing them normally. Yeah,
I find that like they twist weirdly in my ears if I don't have.
Well, I just use the comply anyways, and they stay in just fine.
I could not get used to the comply.
See, I can't wear anything else other than comply, otherwise my ears just start to throb and hurt. Throb, Mitch.
Zach, you are muted, and we are live.
Yep. I really thought you just said codplay.
You know, whatever.
How do you know I didn't?
Some people are into fish, man. What do you got against cosplay? I'm getting strange looks from the three of you and my wife right now.
Well, it's not even just like a bet. Your jokes are bad, and you should feel bad.
My jokes are perfectly acceptable, Mr. Punmaster.
Punmaster Flex.
Well, Punmaster's taking it.
She's. Cody's getting talked to about his cosplay.
Man, cod's delicious.
Speaking of cosplay, there was my friend Star last night dressed up as David Bowie from Labyrinth, and he totally went with the cod piece.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Just means he's doing it right.
I mean, totally.
So, speaking of Halloween things, we actually went down to, I guess there's like this street near where I moved, that does like a whole Halloween thing. Like the cops are there and block off the street, and everyone decorates their houses like super elaborately and whatnot. And it was kind of like a last minute thing that we went down there, but pretty sure next year we're actually going in costume. And I've already decided that I'm doing Pyramid Head, and I'm just going to like slowly walk up the street and back with a bunch of kids around,
dragging a giant sword behind you.
Yeah, dragging the great knife behind me.
I would almost just be upset with you because you'd be walking so slowly, and I'd be like, just get out of the way. I just want to get down the road. There's a fucking guy with a pyramid head on. I have places to be.
Wait. I have a better idea.
Well, they block off the road, so.
You need a pyramid head and roughly 10 children. You're going to have all of them dressed up as even smaller pyramid heads, and they're just going to be following you and while you're carrying a wagon. The great sword is actually just one giant wagon full of pyramid heads. Do you have any idea how awesome that would be?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show up, I'm going to dress as Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm going to like get behind you and be like, I got to go fast. Gotta go fast, man.
Gotta go fast.
And the girlfriend said that she would actually do one of the nurses.
Creepy ass nurse people. I don't know.
Cody, you should go as the Tick. I think you could do a really good Tick.
There you go. Spoon!
Mitch,
You'd have to shave the beard.
Mitch,
no.
Will you be Arthur, please?
No, he's just a historically accurate Tick. By now, he'd probably have a beard.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be honest. The Tick show got canceled. He stopped shaving. He heavily invested in some spoons.
And it like comes out of like the suit and everything.
Yes, like he's still wearing a blue mask, just a beard comes out the bottom of it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sold. I'm gonna do this next year.
Brilliant. This is your costume. It needs to happen.
Next year, I'm gonna go with what I know well. I'm gonna do the full Bane. Because I could do it, because I also have the voice to go alongside of it.
Yeah, but I say this in the least offensive way possible.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be offensive.
This is a preemptive. You deserve a bag of dicks.
I was just gonna say that Tom Hardy's got some muscles on you.
You want to see some muscles? I will show you my singular fucking ab. It is larger than every single 12 of their goddamn large fucking muscles. How about that? When I flex, buttons break.
That's scary shit right there. I'm intimidated.
I will be wearing a tactical vest, and my tactical vest will throw itself off of me.
I think on that note, we should say hi, everybody, and welcome to Sharks and Things. I'm your host, Cody.
Matt.
Hi, I'm Mitch.
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know anymore. The world has come to an end. Halloween was last night, as we just discussed. Today is the Day of the Dead. Get your sugar skulls out.
Dia de los Muertos.
Get your
He says
Irish
it way
copy.
better than I do. The only bit of Spanish I can say is sí, no, and muy mucho el guapo grande, which means nothing, in fact. It means very much the attractive big, but it sounds really cool to me.
I was about to say, you could just advertise that in Craigslist, and I'm sure you'd get some good listens. Hit up
I have the attractive big.
Huh?
Muy mucho el guapo grande. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that works. There you go. Done.
Male looking for female. Which look blah. That's my new Craigslist ad. Thank you. Meanwhile,
sure
I need to go smooth things over with my wife, who is going to murder me. It's been great.
The Day of the Dead stands true.
If you don't hear from me ever again, she killed me. No, she can't.
Right.
She's doing laundry.
She will strangle you with a hot towel.
I don't even know what's going on now. It's Sunday morning. Some of us are hungover. There's a cat.
Yep. She's being annoying, so I'm grabbing her.
Well, she likes the podcast. She's one of our fans.
Podcasts?
She was wearing a shark costume earlier.
She was. Bruce has returned to his almighty corner. I have to find out where I'm pointing here on the camera. He's returned to his corner. Master Chief with the cowboy hat is chilling. I don't know. Some shenanigans.
You should put up a little title card just above your head that just says Space Cowboy.
That's Rebel Galaxy. It's Space Cowboys.
I was thinking more of Cowboy Bebop, but that's just me.
I don't even know. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. This podcast has already gone off rails. I think that's perfectly acceptable in life.
We've been off the rails for like past 36 episodes.
I don't even know.
We're like a really bad rail shooter. It's like trying to play House of the Dead with a broken gun.
I don't even know.
Even worse, playing Time Crisis with a broken pedal.
Actually, no, let me erase this. It's playing Typing of the Dead with a Dvorak keyboard.
Some people could do that just fine.
They're fucking nerds.
Typing of the Dead with the little Xbox like attachable keyboard thing.
Did we talk about Typing of the Dead this week? Or was that last week we talked about Rock of the Dead?
See, Rock of the Dead, I think, was actually... Was that last week? While we were on the subject of Guitar Hero Live?
Yeah, there was Rock of the Dead. I actually played some Typing of the Dead this week. That game is terrible. Like, all around...
No, that's a great game. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you shut your...
Expected anything else?
No, I did not. I think I got it last year during a Halloween sale for $1. It probably actually came with a Humble Bundle, if we're going to be brutally honest.
Yep. Because I'm pretty sure I got that Humble Bundle, too.
I did not buy that Humble Bundle. I was not a Humble Buddy.
You're a terrible person.
Well, I'm sorry I don't want to play Rock of the Dead. I would much rather be playing Guitar Hero Live, which sounds way more fun.
Come on over. You can play it here.
We hang out all the time, Cody. It's perfect.
Yeah, I know.
We'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, you were just totally here 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
There was... I don't even know anymore where we're going. So the problem I have with the Typing of the Dead game is it also has the light gun version of that game. Like, you can go in and, like, play light gun mode. You're like, okay. In which you just use your mouse as the gun.
Yeah.
And then that's not fun because there's no skill because it is just click, 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 click. It's like playing sniper mode in, like, Call of Duty or something.
Ooh, I have a better idea. You could actually play Typing of the Dead using one of those courts for actual notation. So you can actually punch in full words and just cheat.
I don't think it has words like zombie or...
Well, it's okay, like a boss battle is going to be like Flibberty Gibbet. Which is actually a word, by the way.
Flibberty Gibbet?
What is
Flibberty Gibbet is actually a Shakespearean word. Look it up.
Well,
no, tell me what it means. I want to know.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you work for this, damn it.
Flibberty Gibbet. Oh my god, it's a word. A frivolous, flighty, or excessively talkative person. Yeah, that explains a few people here.
I don't even know.
Which I'm going to take a step further and call it Flibberty Gibberish. Flibberous nonsense of talking about nothing.
Welcome to this podcast, essentially. We're not going to talk about anything.
Learning Shakespearean things.
I've been watching Gundam. Let's go with that.
You've been watching Gundam. Which century?
So apparently, there's the Universal Century, which the original Gundam and a whole bunch of other series takes place in, and there's a bunch of pocket universes to which Gundam 00, Gundam Wing, and all that stuff. But I've been watching Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
All right, run that title by me one more time.
It's called Gundam.
Okay.
Giant, which means giant robot.
Got that.
It's a direct
Iron-blooded
translation, by the way.
Yeah. It's a direct translation. It means giant robots. Iron-blooded orphans. Basically, it's about...
Orphans with iron blood?
That is not at all what I am imagining.
I don't know.
It's just like imagining a bunch of orphans just like starting to turn into frickin' Colossus or something.
Yes, totally.
It's orphans with orphans.
Orphans?
They're all addicted to morphine. They're morphians.
Orphans, is that like recently infected orphan children who just got a metachlorine count?
No, they're orphans with anemia. That's what the show's about.
Sure.
Orphan kids who have anemia and they fight in giant robot battles. I am very confused in Japanese culture.
It's a really weird. It's actually really good. The Gundam design is really cool, but yeah, that it's about child soldiers, like legit child soldiers,
as opposed to any of the animes that don't have child soldiers.
So what you're saying, Gundam in general, because
no, these people are like 12.
Yeah, so Evangelion.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I mean, did Troa look any older, or like Hio or whatever the fuck his name was? Did they look any older than 12?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, they looked like they were in their teens.
Yeah, they were like 16 in that.
Is it like less depressing than Gunslinger Girl? Because that show was incredibly depressing.
So far, yeah. I mean, kind of. It takes place on Mars, which is cool.
And there is no Doom Hellbreak?
Nope.
I'm disappointed.
Nope.
Like, if you're on Mars and there is not a portal to hell, I am not playing it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, sorry. We can create one for you, I'm sure.
I'm gonna.
We have the technology.
This giant glass thing back here actually turns into a portal to Doom.
Oh shit! I'm coming over. We're gonna check that out. Grab a BFG or two.
You go right ahead. Let me know when you find that BFG. I have some airsoft guns. That's about as close as we get here.
It's okay. You got the chief to protect you. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I got the chief and Bruce. The bunnies are unhappy today, apparently. They're throwing their stuff around. So I apologize if you can hear that.
That's what that sound is.
If you're hearing a lot of loud tinging, that would be them.
Speaking of Doom, have you guys seen the first-person Chatroulette thing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That was kooky, but that would be a very long video process. Ooh.
Oh, God, yes. So that came out a long time ago, but that was super cool, the whole first-person shooter, and they had the interface that was like classic Doom, whereas the guy was taking damage, his face would change, and it had the portal at the end and everything.
The only thing that was missing was excessive.
Walking back and forth.
I've always wondered about that in Doom, of like, what kind of training did this soldier receive? Because I'm not an expert, but I don't think he's doing it right.
Well, maybe he's got like a giant Space Marine backpack without the Space Marine armor to help out, so he's got to like lug it around. The thing's fucking heavy as hell.
Well, there's a difference between lugging and then just breaking a groove.
Well, speaking of Space Marines, a little game called Halo 5 came out this week.
That's one way to break into it.
Oh,
yeah, I mean that was the best, two-wheeled device I could find to get us to a gaming topic. Halo 5 came out.
Carpet ride.
You three have bought it. I have not. How is it?
And definitely played it.
So
it's a game.
Campaign.
One person at a time. I can only take one person's input.
Yeah, speak first, Zach second, I'll go third, and then we're just going to echo this through. Campaign. I'm at the last mission of the campaign so far, so I think I have a good impression so far of the campaign. It's a Halo campaign. Much like Halo 2, it's the middle of a trilogy, so it kind of picks up where Halo 4 left off, and it kind of leaves off for a third game. It's the middle bastard child, basically. The campaign, it's better than Halo 2's middle campaign was. I think it's better than 4 as well. It has more going on in it, but they do this whole back and forth thing where you're playing Halo Master Chief for a couple missions, which is a blue team, and then you're playing Spartan Locke and his Spartans, which is Omicron or something, Team Omicron, something like
Osiris.
that. There we go, Osiris. you're playing back and forth between the two teams, and you're almost always playing as Locke. This is the annoying thing, is that you play as Master Chief for, I think, like 3 total missions out of 14. So Master Chief actually has the interesting storyline going on in here. And then when you're back as Locke, you're just trying to chase down Chief in a couple of missions, and the rest of them you're doing like skirting off doing other things. It is kind of cool that you do get to, you get to see some old like Halo characters from Halo 2, actually. Like they come back and you get to see them for a bit. But
actually, I have to ask
between the two.
Is Locke voiced by the same dude who did Admiral Hackett in Mass Effect? I swear to God, I keep hearing remnants of Admiral Hackett.
It might be.
Somebody do research.
Yeah. Other than Nathan Fillion being one of the Marines, or one of the Spartans there.
From ODST.
Yep.
Yes. That was an ODST, yeah. But that's... Locke's voice does sound familiar, other than Nathan Fillion's.
Well, granted, I understand that video game actors or anyone who does voice acting usually has a whole lot of games, and they just pull the same people to do the same voices. Slight variations.
He was Drek Thar.
Also, I must actually note that Locke does not actually sound like a typical black guy in video games, which makes me super happy. Where they don't take him out of like a stereotype, like where it's just Locke is just a badass and that's it. Like there's nothing further to it. It's not like trying to characterize him in any way. So I just give props to him in doing that.
Mess.
He was not in. What game did you think he was in?
I thought he was Admiral Hackett from Mass Effect, or not Hackett, but Anderson, Captain Anderson. That's what I was thinking of. Jesus.
He was Javik.
Was he Javik?
He was Javik in Mass Effect 3. He was Nkasi in Diablo 3. He was Drek Thar in WoW Warlords of Draenor.
Hey, well, at least I got the series right.
He also was in Star Wars Uprising and Star Wars The Old Republic.
How
he plays Koth Vortenna.
Interestingly enough, speaking of Mass Effect and voice actors and stuff, DC Douglas was Legion.
Yeah.
Think about that. Wesker is Legion.
Legion is Wesker?
However you want to swing it.
We are Weskers?
I don't know how to take that. Back to Master Chief. So, impressions of the story, Mitch.
It's a decent campaign. It fits well in the Halo universe. The actual gameplay is what's really enthralling of the series overall. This is a very smooth game. It's done really well. Like, the frame rate is amazing. The dynamic resolution scaling works. There's obviously times when you can see that when it's scaling down or scaling up. But for the most part, it's not something that you can easily tell. So it goes a long way with the smoothness of the game. The actual gunplay of the game feels really good. They did a lot of work with like the sound effects in the game. So the sound sounds immersive. When you're firing off the pistol, you get that like very visceral sound of a pistol being fired. It doesn't sound like a toy gun, and really, it sounds like a gun should sound. So when you're playing the game, it feels and sounds, and it's just a great experience overall.
I still think the gunplay in Destiny is better, but I think I was mentioning this earlier. I think a big part of that is just because there's variance in weapons. Like, you can have 5 different assault rifles that all fire and feel completely different from one another. Whereas in Halo, it's like the assault rifle is the assault rifle. That's it. You're not.
Well, you also got to think, like, Bungie, I would say, is pretty much the king of gunplay. And they've made Destiny, and they continue to improve upon Destiny, whereas 343 has taken over after Bungie and has just kind of slightly improved upon what they had. They've done a really good job, though. It's a really smooth playing game.
Go ahead.
I
I definitely agree, and I will I will say I felt the campaign was lackluster.
Everything I've heard about the campaign so far is that it suffers from that middle child syndrome.
Well, yeah,
it's middle child syndrome. It just feels kind of mediocre. Because, well, I know you were tuning in when I was doing my little test and first trump through it, and can't say I was a huge fan. Everything felt really foreign. But I also think part of that too is I'm not used to games that's slower paced. Because if you think of Destiny or if you think of a lot of recent shooters, everything's really fast. And when you start slowing down, it's just like,
It's funny because this is one of the faster Halos.
Yeah,
there's so much more mobility in the game. You got the thrusters, and you can.
Well, in terms of going to multiplayer, this is a whole different discussion. As far as campaign, it just felt really slow and sluggish. But when I initially started moving over to multiplayer, it feels a lot. It feels a lot faster. But it also feels a lot more fair. I don't feel like there's nearly as much bullshit. I'll talk more about multiplayer later, because I know we're still kind of going through some campaign details, but I will admit I was a little hesitant, because it just didn't feel right, but I don't think the campaign is the mainstay of what's going to make Halo be playable still.
Well, no, the game is, as always, it's about the multiplayer itself, but the campaign has always felt like it's a gateway for people to get into the multiplayer. It's to help you learn the controls better, and it's to spread some of the Halo lore in there. I mean, honestly, people who are going to look for a Halo story, they're probably going to look for it in the books. You do get the story across in the games, but I feel like you get more out of it if you just read the books, really.
Well, the other thing is that and this is this kind of goes back into the whole annual release schedule nonsense that we were talking about before. Is I don't think it hit enough of a sweet spot, because I played I got Halo 4 when it released, and I was super excited about it, and I got 5, and by the time 5 has come out, I quite literally have forgotten basically everything that happened in 4.
4 didn't. Again, the story in 4 wasn't really great, so it was forgettable. Whereas in this one, there's a lot more memorable moments in this game, I would say. The repeat boss fight, for instance, that's something that's always going to stick, because it's the same guy showing up multiple times, just different things happen, really. I don't want to give too much away of the story, but he's kind of integral to the story itself.
From what I heard from a lot of people, that has been a lot of people's biggest complaint about the new Halos, that repeating boss fight guy.
It is kind of annoying, especially because there's no understanding of how the mechanics of that fight work. And I played the boss fight, I've done that boss multiple times already through the storyline. I still don't understand how to kill him. I still don't understand what actually kills him. I just know he's died. I've killed him. I have no idea what actually did.
It's science, Mitch.
You just
shot
need to
him
do
science
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, shooting him a lot seems to be it, but there's okay, I shoot him a lot this time, and all the bullets bounce off. I shoot him from this angle, all the bullets bounce off again. So okay, fuck it, I got an incineration cannon. Oh, look, he's dead. Okay, sure, whatever, that worked.
You have piqued my interest with the word incineration cannon.
Yes,
it's pretty cool.
It's pretty goddamn awesome.
Are we talking Spartan laser awesome, or?
Yeah, kind of, because it does charge up like that, but it's charge up and hold it, and then you can release.
The only downside to it is the projectile is really slow.
Yeah, so it's not good for super long range, but it does have an AoE, so you don't want to be too close with it either.
So is it just a charge up flat cannon? Because I haven't used it yet.
Kind of.
Because I've seen the flat cannon from Unreal Tournament of just projectiles of explosives.
It's 4 interweaving projectiles that come at you, and they're highly explosive. But it just goes in pretty much a straight line. But it is, like Zach said, it's slow, so I'm not sure it'll be.
Does that actually pierce enemies, or does it just stop at one?
No, it'll stop at one. It'll explode. So, it's it does a lot of damage and it explodes, and it's totally worth having, especially against that boss, because it does something to him. I don't know. The weirdest thing though about the campaign, I think, is the having the AI, having the other Spartans around.
So it's not just you die, you lose everything. You essentially have 3 people who can revive you. Granted, they're not the smartest people, but they will revive you on demand.
Yeah, but I mean, that also causes problems. So there's sometimes you'll die and you can't be revived. Like if you get exploded, or sometimes if you get sniped, your like head just comes off, so you can't be revived. And then the times when you do get revived, the AI, like all 3 of them suddenly like turn to you and try to like run to you, not like totally avoiding any enemies or cover or anything, just go straight to you to try to revive you. So especially against the boss, he runs around and will like melee one-shot you. So if you get meleeed by him, he'll just hover by your body, and the AI will come along and conga line, basically. He'll just kill that guy, kill that guy. Oh, yeah, fuck. No, like they're a bunch of idiots, and they just came one by one and got killed instead of like.
Dude, that actually sounds like a good game. That could be like Halo Dynasty Warriors, where you play as a boss.
I'm signed up.
I know you would.
Let me play as Master Chief with the hammer.
This is actually what Halo Wars 2 is about.
Oh, it's signed up. Done. Let's go.
You get to be a guy with a giant sword, and everyone's got guns shooting at you. You just walk over and just punt them.
Creative Assembly, get on that shit. It's going to be great. No?
That'd be kind of amazing, honestly.
So it's going to be turning into a Warhammer game real quick. Send that.
Yep. It could be a Warhammer game. You could be one of the Titans. It's just weird because the game is designed for like the campaign, because of the 4 Spartans, the 3 AI. It really feels like it's designed to be a co-op game. Like,
I couldn't guess by the 3 other players that are always with you.
You definitely want to play with other people, though. That's just the way it feels because of the AI's weaknesses, I should say. Like they don't feel smart enough. They don't really do any damage. They don't really draw fire even, because like all the enemy AI is just focused on you anyways. So they're just there to revive you.
I think my biggest, gripe really with like the campaign stuff is just it completely didn't live up to how it was marketed.
Yeah, I've heard that like the whole marketing is a grand total of like 4 missions in that game.
Well, it's not even that. It's that because they did that, and then they also I can't remember. They did like a viral campaign thing called like Hunt for the Truth or something, where they had these radio communications that were talking about like how Chief went AWOL and was like a rogue Spartan and like all this stuff that made you think like, holy shit, Master Chief turned into a bad guy. Like, why is he doing this? And all the commercials made it seem like he was resurrecting the Guardians and so on and so forth. And then you play the game and it's just like the tension that was advertised between like him and Locke really wasn't there.
Huh.
Yeah, like the whole in the story, it's like Locke is, I'm just doing a job, and Chief is, I know where Cortana is. I'm going to get her. That's it. It's not I'm going crazy and AWOL or anything. It's nope. Cortana's over there. I'm gonna go over there. That is it.
I'll be interested to see that game all the way through. I think we're discussing playing that on Legendary on the Extra Life stream next weekend. So maybe we'll get to see all of the stuff, and then after that, maybe Mitch and I will play through the entire Halo series back to back to back to back to back. I think that was 5 back.
That's all.
You need to do
that's
that.
a whole lot of goddamn Halo, man.
Yeah.
Halo Man.
Okay, so
Fighter
there's no
the
good
Form.
segue. I want to talk about some multiplayer.
Tell me about multiplayer. Bring it on me. Shower me with multiplayer.
So,
Zach, shut up. Continue, Matt.
We get it. You
The
enjoy
shower of
Destiny.
multiplayer.
Just shower
So-
me with.
Multiplayer, you have a few different modes, one of which I have not tried, and I will just warn you ahead of time. So you have your typical arena combat, which is your 4v4. And then, of course, you have War Zones, which is the 12v12. That is the huge Battlefield-style thing that I've yet to try, and that's where you can use all kinds of requisition packs or stuff that you unlock. Oh, don't give me that look.
No, Warzone is awesome. I'm just saying, Warzone is awesome.
And I'll get to that, but I'm still getting my bearings, so I stick with what I know, and that's arena, objective, capture the flag. I'm fine with that. I'll go to Warzone when I feel ready for having to deal with 12 other players on the field. But I would say multiplayer is kind of where this game is really shining, and I haven't had this happen for a while. Because keep in mind, I went into this game 100% expecting this just to be terrible. Like, the campaign looked lackluster, graphic-wise, I was like, eh. Gameplay-wise, it just didn't look all that appealing. Because I bought the game because I essentially had an extra $50 that I had gotten for selling something. So I'm like, alright, whatever, I'll go buy it. So, jumping into multiplayer, it feels good. It feels really, really good. And because, like, the last Halo that I took seriously and thoroughly enjoyed was Halo 3, and Halo 2 was my baby. The gunplay, one thing I like is compared to, like, Halo 4 is I think it is faster in some aspects, but it plays a little bit slower to where you're not just, like, sprint, thrust, super dodge, wall riding nonsense. Because if you've ever played Advanced Warfare, that is way too much damn movement.
Yes.
And Halo 4 was also a huge offender of the most annoying aspect of that game, which was that fucking bubble shield that you could deploy and the jetpacks. Because, oh god, that shit drove me crazy. Now, this one, you're not doing the same loadout where you'll have your standard loadout for whatever that match requirement is. So, you know, if that's objective or team slayer. But you don't have, like, the choose your assault rifle, choose your battle rifle loadout. It gets rid of that. So it brings back, like, the timing mechanics and when is the rockets going to spawn, which they actually added in-game timers for, so you know the actual respawn times of each power weapon. And it also announces that, so you don't have to have a team counter of someone who's actually keeping track of where power weapons are at in terms of spawning. So that's really cool and super handy and saves me one less thing to think about. The guns feel really, really nice. The assault rifle is finally useful. Halo 4, everyone's like, oh, the assault rifle, it's finally working. It didn't. No one used it. It sucked. This one, you can actively use it from it's closer to mid-range for a spray, but you can finally aim down the sights, and it actually makes it semi-accurate. So
yeah, the thing that you can you can aim down like every weapon now as well. That's really nice.
That seems weird.
I want to interject with one thing on that. I think the idea to remove flinch and just make it so you drop out of ADS when you get hit is kind of dumb.
Well, they just went back to the classic way that Halo was.
See,
in the original like Halo games, that's the way it was.
See, and I actually really like that because if you're a sniper just sitting there, like, you have way more advantage if there isn't flinch. So if someone shoots you, or if they're across the map,
I'm not saying there shouldn't be flinch. I'm saying that the idea of completely dropping you out of ABS is, from a gameplay experience, a little bit too jarring.
Well, maybe for some individuals. Like, everything that I've experienced with it is it feels fair in context of the gameplay that you're doing. Because, as I was saying before, where if you're a sniper across the map and you get shot at while you're trying to shoot somebody, you shouldn't stay in scope, because they're going to take far more bullets to try and kill you. Whereas if you already have one shot off on them and they interrupt your shot, you now have to go ahead and coordinate around that. You can't just be like, I'm just going to sit and wait.
But the same thing can be done with actual in ADS flinching.
I don't know. I like to drop out of ADS. That's, like, I'm very much a classical Halo person, and I already know this is going to be personal preference. I personally like how it works, but I know, yourself and maybe a few other individuals may not enjoy that.
I think a lot of it's going to be based upon, like, where your last experience was coming from. Like, were you doing, like, were you come from the Halo old school, or are you coming from
like Call of Duty?
Call of Duties. And who knows?
It's actually a good game for drawing people from
Counter-Strike?
Call of Duty.
I come from Counter-Strike that didn't have ADS. Period.
Okay, you and your hipsters.
Okay, yeah, just had like that little zoom, right click to zoom.
Nope. Only had that on snipers.
Oh, I thought pistols had it too.
Nope. Pistols, if you right click,
snipers and,
depending
like-
on the pistol, it
Oh
would
yeah, no, it's like the like
either the silencer or burst fire on the Glock.
That's right. And
The alternate fire stuff.
I'm having flashbacks. Don't mind me.
Okay. So outside of the dropping out of downscope nonsense, back to kind of gameplay. So they do start you off with a pistol as your default layout, at least in arena. And the pistol is equally effective. You can do your typical, I think it's 4 shots to the head. That'll take them out. Or 3 body, 1 head. So same kind of shot mechanics as Halo 2, Halo 3. The pistol is really effective, and what's nice is you can go toe-to-toe with the assault rifle. Depending upon, if you space yourself well, you can outgun the person with the assault rifle. So it keeps it kind of even. Because if you're just trying to space people out, or if you're just watching an end, watching for flag, and someone just tries to pray and spray you, if you're accurate enough, you can beat them out. And it also just feels really, really clean. It feels really, really crisp. And that's just the pistol. Battle rifle is exactly what you'd expect. You know, you're digga dead. Grenades is actually really, really different, because if you remember Halo 4, Halo 3, whenever you throw a grenade, normally you throw it here, and it arcs upward and goes over. Here, it actually throws the grenade lower, but it launches it further. So what's nice is it feels very, very similar to Halo 1 in terms of like the loftiness of grenades. So like when you
whip them all the way across the map now, is that
you
what you're
can whip
telling
them
me?
pretty fucking far. Like I haven't tested the limits of it. I'll do that later.
I do not want Call of Duty. Oh my god, I got killed by a knife and I don't know where the hell it came from.
Yeah. Kind of, it's not as bullshit. I will note that grenade damage is up significantly. Like just the area of effect that you get hit is way bigger. And that's actually one benefit. So it's not grenade lands on you, shields are down, and you can still win that. Like if you stick a good grenade, they're just done. So I really like that. The grenade variants, you have got your standard frags, you got your plasma. I think these are spike grenades. I don't know what the actual name of them is, but essentially you throw a grenade and it takes there's 5 or 6 fragments, and Tor had the
protein grenades.
Yeah, it's like at 3/4 of the arc, your grenade turns into this wall, and essentially turns into like a proximity mine. So if someone start coming near it, they just.
So it's like the spike grenades from 3, then.
Yeah, spike grenades. That's what I was thinking of.
Not really. Like the spike grenades from 3, exploded outward and like spikes going everywhere. This, when you throw it, when it explodes, it throws up like this net of like explosive like dots that are just floating in air. And then
think of it like a Cyrax. Think of it like an MK
damage.
Cyrax bomb that actually stays.
Huh.
So that actually makes really cool lockdown opportunities. So if you're doing like capture the flag, or if you're doing essentially zones, and you need to protect exactly one area, and if you know the team's coming up like the right-hand lane, you throw that down, protect that, you block them off from taking damage. That's going to force them down this way, so you can predict their route. So there's a lot of really, really small, cool strategies that come from just that grenade.
Huh.
I'll need to experiment with it further to kind of get the full usefulness.
So Arena's back to being basically Halo Arena. That's what we're back to. The 4v4.
So I'm specifically referring to Team Arena right now as far as like a competitive aspect, because that's mostly going to be my interest. Warzone, I'm sure it's cool. I'll play it some, but I don't have a ton of interest in it just yet.
So Zach, you played some Warzone, right?
Yep.
Tell me about Warzone. What's so cool about Warzone? Why should I give Bungie or not Bungie? Why should I give Microsoft some of my money to get a cool Warthog or a Banshee?
So Warzone, the best way I can kind of describe it is from back. Do you remember in the Halo 2 days, the giant fucking maps?
Big team
I can't
battle.
remember. Huh?
Big team battles.
Yeah.
The big team one where there were the 2 big bases and all kinds of fucking vehicles and shit. Imagine that.
3.
No, that was Halo 2. Because I didn't play 3.
Sinner.
Whatever.
Continue on. Tell me about Warzone. I'm hanging with a bated breath here.
Yes. So you imagine that, but kind of MOBA-ish as well, where instead of like your team has a base and their team has a base, it's each team has a base and there are like more bases in between that you capture to gain strategic advantages, so to speak. So like once you capture X base, you get more points, but also you can choose to respawn there if you wish. There are vehicles and stuff you can bring in through requisitions. Also, there's like, it's PvP VE. So there's also random spawns of like Prometheans or just random AI enemies like Covenant and stuff that'll come in with Banshees randomly, and you.
So we're talking like MOBA style, like I'm pushing a base, but there's also this creep I need to take care of to maybe gain some levels, or.
Well, so the creep it's not creep in the traditional sense like in a MOBA where it doesn't constantly spawn. It's more like bonus objective type things. So there will be like, God, why can I not remember what they are? The Covenant got hunters. So there will be like randomly 2 hunters that spawn and try and take over a base. They're controlled by the AI, not by your team. But so you're fighting over this base, and you've also got 2 big hunters with the fuel rod cannons firing on you, and so you're trying to take those out too while fighting the other team and trying to take the base for your team. And if you kill them, you get just bonus points for your team, essentially, like big amount of bonus points.
So I alluded to the microtransactions. How do the microtransactions feel? Do you feel like people are just spending money to win these games? Do you feel like
no, because the requisition packs, like, so there are different requisitions. Wow, that I worded that poorly. So the requisitions themselves, based on their quality, like the type of weapon it is, if it's like got bonus rolls, like say a pistol with burst fire or something like that. Those have an actual requisition, quote unquote, level requirement, and you start off Warzone as level 1. So you have to get kills and get points for your team and stuff to actually go up in requisition levels to use some of those things. On top of that, there are cooldowns on them as well. So, you know, if you've got a bunch of people that all have like Scorpion tanks, you can't just like out of nowhere do a full Scorpion tank rush with like a bazillion people.
So,
like
so it's balanced in such a way that I can't just start the game, spawn a Scorpion, go wreck your base, and we're done in like 2 minutes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't start seeing like stuff like the Scorpions, and unless you've got one unless you're freaking like MLG Pro and get your requisition rank up really high early on, you're not going to start seeing stuff like the Scorpions and whatnot until really late into the game.
Ooh, actually, I kind of want to tie that on a little bit with their ranking system too. Is past Halos, you have your normal level. If you remember, Halo 2 was like 1 through 50, wasn't it, or was 1 through 40 something?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, it was like 1 through 50. And depending on how well you did or how many matches you had won, you would move slowly up in rank, and that's where everybody got the, oh shit, that dude's like a 42 kind of mentality.
I missed those days, to be fair.
With this one, it just straight up took the StarCraft MOBA route, where you got your bronze, silver, gold, platinum, Onyx, and then what was the one after Onyx? Was that, did it go straight to champion after Onyx?
I don't know. I still have
platinum.
I still have a number.
Onyx or platinum diamond, Onyx, and then Champion. And Champion is the top 200 players as far as leaderboards.
I still have a number.
Also, to continue on the microtransaction route on Halo, think of it like BioWare's multiplayer transactions, where you can earn the points in the game to unlock these packs, or you can buy them with money. When you do pay money for them too, think of it kind of like Dota 2's Compendium, where people buy this item for a game to get something out of it, and the proceeds actually go to tournament winnings. So, like in Dota 2, they just buy the compendium that like gives you the the information about champions, and that all that money goes to the tournament. That's what's going on here too. When you buy the requisition packs, that money is going into the Halo tournament that's coming up.
So that's something I didn't know, and that makes me more willing to give some money to this thing.
Not to mention the fact the requisition packs are really, really cheap.
Yeah, isn't like the gold, which is the highest one, like $3?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's $3 or 10,000 requisition points.
So yeah, that doesn't seem like that. It sucks because it's a gameplay thing, and there's that fear that you have the rich people coming in buying all these requisitions. Like that $3.
Well,
that's not
honestly. Even if you get let's just say you buy 7 gold requisition packs, it's not going to change the competitiveness, or it's not going to make them a better player. It's going to give them some more tools, but it's not going to make them better. Everything
and on top of that, it's random things too.
Oh yeah,
you don't
absolutely.
get to say, I want to get a bunch of tanks or rocket launchers. No, you can get a Banshee, or you can get just a burst fire pistol.
Huh. So it doesn't sound bad. So Halo 5 all around good game. Are we willing to put our stamp, the Sharks approved this game stamp on it?
Yep.
I would absolutely, contradictory to my last stream, I would absolutely approve this game.
Cool.
Yeah, it is a good game. The only thing keeping me from playing it is I have, a lot of studying I'm doing, plus other games.
Destiny.
That are currently taking my time. No, I actually haven't. I've barely touched Destiny in like a week, honestly.
But it's a great Halo game. It's a great Halo game, on top of the fact that it's the Halo game of this gaming generation so far, this console generation.
So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Maybe we'll play that next week on the Extra Life stream. I'm actually looking forward to that if we do that. So
that'll be fun.
Play it on Legendary. We talked about Halo 5 longer than I was just being us talking about Halo 5 for, which is perfectly cool. We were gonna talk about games that haven't come out, like games that never released.
StarCraft Ghost.
StarCraft Ghost.
StarCraft Ghost.
Stuff like that.
RIP.
Silent Hills.
Silent Hills.
Project Titan.
Yeah. Like a lot, like those games, the infamous games. We were going to talk about that. We may save that topic for another time, since we are
running out of time.
I don't know where we are on the time. I forgot to set a timer.
Good job.
Sorry. I'm a terrible host. What do you want from me?
You're
so
a terrible
instead,
host, medium by Halo.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're representative of our listeners.
Trying to finish AC Unity so I can get out of that hellhole, okay?
Unite within yourself, Cody. Find your inner eyeballs and floating jaw.
I have this idea for a show I want to do. Not a show, but like just a video I want to do about Halo, because they always set out with such the story in Assassin's Creed. I said Halo, I meant Assassin's Creed. Starts off with such good intentions. Like Assassin's Creed 2, the trilogy, is all about revenge, and then coming out to like the ending goal of like, well, who the fuck's this Desmond guy you guys are talking about, and what's all this stuff, and I want to get the Apple of Eden that like Altair found. Like that is that story arc.
That better be a tasty damn apple.
It was delicious.
Tough to say.
Assassin's Creed 3 was this. Ultimately, it's a story about a person defending his people, and then also trying to come to terms with the fact that his father is the enemy, and how do you reconcile that story? Like Assassin's Creed 3 is a sucky game up until the last 3 missions, and then you spend the entire rest of the game with Connor and his dad, and their dynamic is cool and fun, and that would have been a way better game. Yeah, no, I have this whole idea about an episode of something for that, because Assassin's Creed Unity is going for something that I can see there. There's a glimmer. It's like this little nugget I can see, and I'm like, you didn't make it there, but I could see what you were going for, and
So in short, you should be playing Halo 5.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I should be playing Need for Speed because live action cutscenes are my favorite thing ever. And
as opposed to just the Need for Speed movie.
Yeah, no. So the new Need for Speed game that comes out on Tuesday has a bunch of FMV, and it's all terrible. Apparently, I've watched some quick looks at that game, and yeah, it looks right up my alley. It is racing. It is terrible acting, and a lot of virtual fist bumps. And monster everywhere. Like that game is like instead of drinking beers, people are drinking Monster in that game.
I mean, so they're like our podcast was, where we had Monster like on every single person's feed.
Yeah, no,
I mean, if we really want to go there, I mean, something could be said about the fact that maybe the world would be a better place if all alcohol was replaced with Monster.
Yeah, sure.
No, instead we have just like monster-fueled minions of hell, because they no longer have alcohol to calm them down. They're just like ramped up, ready to go. Like they're gonna walk over to a shop, bust a fucking window, hit something with a chair, steal cash out of the register. Like those guys are fucking hopped up and
Matt,
ready.
I think you're confusing Monster with PCP here.
Yeah. What type of Monster are you drinking? Like I drink the Ultra White. Did you find like Monster PCP edition? Is that in like a satanic red can? I don't know.
Apparently, I've been having the wrong kind of Monster.
Seriously, man.
I honestly didn't think there was much of a difference.
Down the road, they got good Monster. Go there.
Yeah, go get actual Monster.
So I shouldn't be going to the corner of 13th Street
under your bed, okay?
I thought I was buying wholesale.
So I don't even know where we're gonna go anymore. So I guess lastly, we should probably talk about what's going on in the world of gaming a little bit. This is the terrible time of year because that means all the games are coming out.
Yeah.
Steam's got a Halloween sale going on. Go buy Shadowrun because that game's awesome. Shadowrun Dragonfall is on sale for $3. I'm going to buy that today. I might even stream that this week. Beyond that, we do have... It is the end of the month, which means we've got Games for Windows Live. Or not Games for Windows Live. That is a terrible service. Don't ever subscribe for Game for Windows Live. Don't.
It doesn't exist anymore. So.
Those servers
they thought it was so bad that they actually just quit. Microsoft quit their own Xbox IP.
So Games for Gold, that's the one we're going for. For this month, you can still pick up Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1, which go get it. It's free on Xbox 360 and, well, not Xbox 360 anymore, but Xbox One until the 15th. Penumbra Breath of Life on Xbox One is available to the 30th, and then Night Squad is available from November 16th through December 15th. I feel weird about Xbox One's like games with gold, like scheduling things. They have one game that goes for the entire month and one game that's in between, like half months, or in between the half month mark. It's strange.
I think they do it just so I actually turn on my Xbox. Like
probably
they were marketed towards me because I didn't turn it on for 3 months. They're like, you only get this if you log in now. You have 15 days. Good luck.
I'm fairly certain that Phil Spencer said this, but I think every game that comes out for games for Gold Xbox 360 are going to be on the backwards compatibility list. Which is pretty cool because this month's games for Xbox 360 are Dirt 3, which is a great rally racing game, and then Dungeon Siege 3, which is an okay action RPG for consoles.
I put about 8 hours into it. It's actually not as bad as you think.
It is not Dungeon Siege 2.
Pack Mule!
Dungeon Siege 2 might be my favorite action RPG of all time.
I don't know. Diablo 2 has that pretty well beat. Pretty handily so.
Dungeon Siege 2, like, evolving classes. That's all I gotta say.
Anything you say is completely nullified by Diablo 2.
Evolving
I gotta
classes.
give it to the Cube, D2.
Yep. That was genius.
Cube. I don't know. No. We should play some Dungeons.
Yeah.
We should play some Dungeon Siege 2.
I don't know. I don't know if my eyes can handle that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason I can't play Final Fantasy VII anymore.
We played Diablo 2 for like 12 hours like 3 weeks ago.
That looks better.
I don't know.
And plus, you have high-res text mods.
Widescreen resolution. Yeah.
Next month's games with Gold or PlayStation Plus games. I actually wanted to bring this up because we played one of them today. Magicka 2 for PS4 is one of them. The Walking Dead Season 2 is available next month. A great game, Mass Effect 2, probably the best Mass Effect game, is available on PS3. Beyond Good and Evil, I'm assuming the HD remake of that is available. And then Invisimals, because why not? And then Dragonfin Soup. Yeah, I don't know.
Dragons have fins?
Dragon sharks.
Apparently.
We're going to take a moment here to talk about finning, whether it be dragons or sharks. Don't fin.
No finning, people.
Shark fin soup is not good. Dragon fin soup.
I was really confused as to what you were talking about. Like I was. Like,
I'm pushing my propaganda on our podcast. Stop
is this
finning.
Something I need to like go look up on Urban Dictionary or
No, don't go to.
Finning is not like shrimping, Zach. Just leave it alone.
What about noodling? Is noodling okay?
Noodling. People who noodle are crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
Man. Maybe next week we'll talk about microtransactions. I don't know. So we'll do some cleanup work here. I'm going to make some suggestions real quick. Galaxy is now available on Steam. If you are into giant robots and roguelike space games, go buy Galaxy. Game's real cool. Red Alert 2 is currently available free on Origin, along with Yuri's Revenge. Go download it. Because that game is amazing.
Shit, yeah, it's great RTS.
Tesla. We might play that on next week's stream.
There's like 24 hours worth of games, so
I know we still have to plan that out. So in cleanup next Saturday, we will be streaming from 8 a.m. Central Time on Saturday to 8 a.m. Central Time on Sunday. 24 hours. There will be links up on all of our social media accounts, Sharks and Things, to where you can go to donate. All the money goes to the
for the kids, man. It's all for the kids.
Cause. It's all for the kids. For
the
gaming for the chitlins.
Killing for kids.
If you have games that you would like to see us play, drop us a line on Twitter at Sharks and Things or on Facebook. Sharks and Things. Shoot us an email to contact@sharksandthings.com. That would be... Yeah, if there's anything you want to see us play. If you want to join our team is available for anybody to join. Our team is called Sharks and Things. Big surprise there. I will probably talk about Gundam some more next week.
Can I join the team?
What?
Can I join the team?
I thought you were on the team. You can join the team. Anybody can join the team. Come help support us. Come help support the chitlins.
See, guys, even if I can join the team, anyone can.
Make recommendations. If you want to see us play some Dark Souls, we know that we can't play all the games together as the four of us, but if you want to see us play some Dark Souls or some Bloodborne or whatever, let us know.
Or 24 hours of Ghouls and Ghosts, also an option.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for playing some Super Nintendo games. I was thinking about playing some Castlevania.
I'm down there, Satan. We don't want any Ghouls and Ghosts up in here.
I kind of want to play some Castlevania.
Ghouls and go fuck yourself. I got this.
Beyond that, should be streaming this week. I plan on streaming something. I haven't figured out what yet. Maybe some more Rebel Galaxy. Otherwise, keep an eye out on Facebook and Twitter at Sharks and Things. Hit us up on the subreddit r/Sharks and Things. If you have questions, comments, concerns, come hang out in the chat with us as we do the podcast live. You can post your questions right here in the chat. If you can't be here, you can always catch the VOD and the audio on Tuesdays after, as long as our magic video editor guy remembers. To be fair, the host doesn't always remember when those things are supposed to go out. So,
hey now.
Also, come stop by in about an hour earlier as we play some dumb games beforehand to make fun of each other. I think that'll wrap us up for this week, unless you guys got anything else we need to talk about.
Nope.
If you want to send me pizza next Saturday, since we won't be together, you can feel free to send just me pizza. I will send you a location to which the pizza can be sent to.
That's not fair. I want pizza too, or Chinese. I'll tell you where to order it from. Send it. Yeah, we got this.
If you want to
get you the hookup.
Okay, this is not Sharks and Food. Remember your place.
No, I think it is Sharks and Food. I made steak and shrimp last night. It was delicious.
Shrimp, scampi.
Okay, wrap this bitch up.
if you like
Wow.
what you hear, consider following us also on Patreon. You can go there. You can donate money per month to help us kind of improve the stream. Maybe buy me a better webcam. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe get us some games, whatever. Or make some suggestions what you'd like to see us do. That's patreon.com/sharksandthings. If you need to find us on all of the links to all of our channels right here on the Sharks and Things Twitch page as well. I think that wraps up for the week, guys.
Yeah.
I've got grocery shopping to go do. So everyone have a great week. We'll see you on Saturday.
See ya.
Peace.
Thanks for stopping by the Sharks and Things podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, or your favorite podcast app. You can find us on all the social media at Sharks and Things. Don't forget to shoot us an email with questions, comments, or concerns to sharksandthings@gmail.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news announcements by visiting us at www.sharksandthings.com. Lastly, don't forget to check the show notes below for all the links to today's stories and our Green Man Gaming promo.